All right, guys, I'm going to go for about 35 minutes. This is pretty personal to me. I can't believe this. It once again pretty much confirms we live in a coded reality. And I'm starting to really question these footballers now. All right, they're either actively working for Satan and making sacrifices, or they're just being used by the devil. Because what's just happened today just suggests to me, again, we absolutely live in a coded reality. But I have a feeling these players know, or at least some of them know. Josh Windass has just scored the winning goal to ensure Sheffield Wednesday, the Owls connected to the occult, get promoted to the Championship. I'm going to tell you why that's so important. I want to say, before I get into this, thank you, Thomas Lockwood. Amazing guys on my website. He coded Josh Windass to score. And thank you so much to Aaliyah on my website, who coded Wednesday to win. I'm going to show you why Wednesday won and why Josh Windass is the hero and how it connects to his dad, Dean Windass, who played in the Premier League. I grew up watching Bradford City because I played for Bradford City. I was watching Bradford when they were in the Premier League. Windass was one of our best players. I know Josh. Well, I've been out a few nights out with him, met him on nights out. I've had a few drinks with Dean Windass. He's watched when I was at Guiseley. Josh was there and watched as well when he was younger before he fully made it. So I'm not saying I'm best friends with them, but my cousins, I'm not going to say their names. My cousins are best friends with Josh. And not long ago, back in 2020, one of their very best friends was killed, Jordan Sinnott. His dad was the Farsley Celtic head coach at one point, and I played for Farsley. So Jordan Sinnott, he died tragically. He was basically 25 years old when he died. He was playing non-league at the time for Matlock Town. And this is Josh Windass's very best friend. All right, very best friend. And then they started doing this shirt campaign. And I started looking into it. It was Sinnott 25 on the back. You know, the Beast of Revelation has permission from God to take out 25% of the earth. Queen Elizabeth became the queen at age 25. So he died, did Sinnott, from a suspected fractured skull after he was assaulted. All right. Matlock Town were in the 7th tier at the time. So you've got all these famous coaches and players holding up Sinnott 25, Southgate, Gerrard. All right. The list goes on. Jordan Henderson. And they all look deeply miserable. I'm looking at it and none of them are smiling. Harry Maguire. All right, they're holding up this shirt. So this Sinnott guy was Josh Windass's best friend, and he died on January the 25th, 2020, which is the day before Kobe died and the day LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts. So I'm telling you, either we live in a coded reality and the devil's chosen to use certain people, or people are giving themselves to the devil. There's too many families where the brothers are top stars, the father and the son are top stars, the mother and the daughter are top stars. All right. And it's Josh Windass all doing all of that. Again, they're either being controlled by the devil or they're actively working for the devil. Now, listen to this. In a cricket, a top score in one team ended on 890 runs in total, like 89. Brilliant. The 89's everywhere. If you watch my Serena and Venus Williams video, you see them holding up the 89 and 11 jerseys. Why? 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. 89 plus 11 is 100. The square root's 10 for Satan. Sheffield Wednesday get promoted and Josh Windass scores the winning goal. The 123rd minute, guys. 1-2-3. I've told you that, oh my word, 15 in a life, 5 likes. That's all about the code. Josh Windass has just scored the winning goal for Wednesday exactly 15 years and 5 years after his dad did it for Hull City in the playoff final. 15-5's all over my Kobe Bryant book. Okay? Operation Warp Speed to rush out the vaccines, 15/5/2020. Claydex, the pandemic simulation, which was 666 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, 15/5/2018. Kobe drafted into the NBA Hall of Fame on 15/5. All right? 15/5. Coronavirus gets you 155. He was inducted 15/5/2021 by Michael Jordan, the GOAT. So Sheffield Wednesday, by the way, ended the season with 96 points, which is obviously the age in which the Queen died, which I called when she was 94. And Josh Windass has just scored the latest goal in a playoff final since 1996. Which was the year Kobe Bryant was drafted. You're going to see how his revelation numbers sync up to the Windass family. Okay? So this was the first time Wednesday actually beat Barnsley this season. They'd lost previous games. One of those games, they lost 4-2. You know, the beast of revelation reigns for 42 months. And Barnsley actually lost their first ever playoff final 4-2 to Ipswich, which is not a coincidence. And what about Sheffield Wednesday's comeback, guys? They were down 4-0 in the first leg of the semi-final and won the second leg 5-1 before progressing 5-3 on penalties. Elizabeth was coronated in 53. Just scandalous, to be honest. Josh Windass scored. Lockwood put on my website. Sheffield Wednesday's number 11. Upcoming birthday is 7 months and 11 days. 7 times 11 equals 77. Today's date, 77 dating emoji pure. Today is 4 months and 20 days after his last birthday. Hitler was born on 4/20. Beast reigns for 42 months. The same numbers just keep hitting. They keep hitting. Again, if you haven't read my World Cup book about the number 42 and why that World Cup final was decided 4-2 on penalties, you have to drop me an email and get that book from me. So Josh Windass scores a late winning goal to earn Wednesday promotion to the Championship exactly 15 years and 5 days after his dad was the hero for Hull City in their 1-0 win versus Bristol City in the 2008 Championship final. All right. And I remember Windass did that, Jesus on a Cross. I was up till about 4 a.m. last night working on my book, writing about how rock and roll has the devil's fingerprints on it and how they constantly mock the cross. Like Madonna, like a prayer video where this crucifix is burning in the background. It's a great addition to my book that I spent ages on it. So we know Satan equals 10. Dean Windass, the hero in a playoff final, finishes 1-0. Josh Windass, the hero in a playoff final, finishes 1-0. So 15 years and 5 days, guys. And Claydex was 15/5. Operation Warp Speed, 15/5. Kobe inducted in the NBA Hall of Fame, 15/5. Just Leicester City, the season they won the Premier League, the year Kobe retired, that season ended on 15/5. 6 years later, they win the FA Cup final on 15/5. So obviously, Hull are the Tigers. You've got Sheffield Wednesday, the Owls. There's just so much animal symbolism with professional sports. So Dean Windass, all right, when he was the hero for Hull City, of course he had bleached blonde hair. We don't all know what that means yet. The bleached blonde hair, we haven't figured it out. Is it MK Ultra? Is it satanic ritual? Something with that blonde hair. Because so often these players get blonde hair and something incredible happens to them shortly after. All right? After they bleach the hair blonde. Something major happens to them. Yeah, Windass. Is a funny name. Hey, Joseph. Much love to you, brother. Hey, Alan. Johnny G. Revelation chapter 18. Dean Windass has a real problem with his mental health. Fighting his demons. All right, Dean Windass. And he's always been a loud mouth, big mouth. All right, but he was a good footballer. I've told you, he was a talented footballer. He had a great touch. He could hold the ball up really well. He would score goals. There's something not right about him. Again, all those people that are on Sky Sports, he was one of them. He can barely talk, Windass. just like Paul Merson. They ain't the brightest people, yet they get these jobs. They don't deserve them, but you don't get what you deserve in this world, do you? Both Sheffield teams promoted. Yeah, United got promoted. So did Wednesday. So there's something going on with Sheffield, the Steel City. Absolutely. Remember, Sheffield Wednesday released Vardy when he was 16. He just got relegated. So Dean Windass, his most iconic goal was his 201st goal of his career, guys. It was a volley from the edge of the area in that playoff final at Wembley against Bristol, 24th of May, 2008. All right, and ensured Hull were promoted to the Premier League. First time in their 104-year history. All right, 104-year history. Sheffield Wednesday came into this game with 104 goals scored in all competitions this season. This is how detailed it is. This is why it's important, guys, to check out my site to be able to do this, because it's incredible. Kobe Bryant played his last ever game on the 104th day of the year. All right. Windass, the guy who was born on 4/1. And Kobe Bryant died at age 41. Dean Windass was born 4/1, guys. Please go on the site to read this, man. This is just off the charts. It really is. The same numbers that I'm able to identify every day through the Holy Spirit. Just father and son, guys, get winning goal in a playoff final at Wembley, 15 years and 5 days apart. Really? And I always rave on about 155. It's honestly insanity. Now listen to this. This is what Josh Windass said about his friend at the time, Jordan Sinnott. We were joined at the hip. Sheffield Wednesday lonely Josh Windass opens up on friendship with Jordan Sinnott. All right. Josh Windass remembers exactly where he was when he was told about the death of his childhood best friend, Jordan Sinnott, receiving treatment at his home 3 days before a match against Sheffield Wednesday. Against them. All right. He found out that his best friend died right before he was about to play against Sheffield Wednesday. And now he's just scored the winning goal to ensure Sheffield Wednesday are now going to be playing in the Championship next season. Is this a coincidence? Do coincidences exist? And by the way, my cousins, who I do love to bits, I do find it interesting that all three of them played for academies when they were younger. I'm not going to say the names, but they did. One of them was at Leeds and he went to Man United. The other one was at Leeds and he went to Man City. The other one was at Leeds. All right? All three of them played at academies. I was as good as all three of them. I played with one of them at Guiseley. And they're the ones who were going around promoting Sinnott and his shirt. I'm not going to say a bad word about Sinnott, but there's something fishy about this. There's something very fishy about it all. I'm telling you, when I was younger and I played football at Bradford, I was as good as anybody. I don't have that bloodline, do I? I didn't have the contacts. I didn't know football agents. I wasn't into Satanism or anything like that. I didn't have the contacts. They all have this clique. One of my old coaches at Guiseley, his dad, I'm not going to say, super famous footballer. And he played at Celtic, one of my old coaches. The other coach played at Leeds. First team, not going to say his name. And they always told me my talent, I should be playing a way higher level. Well, I'm pretty certain why I wasn't. All right. This is off the charts, guys, what I'm showing you here. Jordan Sinnott died 1/25/2020, which was the day LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts. And the day before Kobe died. Jordan Sinnott died 1,220 days ago. And Kobe's 666 game was on 122. Satanic's 122. And now Josh Windass, who, by the way, when he honored his friend Sinnott, he did that. I've got the image on my website. He's done that. Why are they all doing that? Is he pointing to his friend? Now check this out. Dean Windass, I remember that game. I'm pretty certain Dean Windass was wearing number 9 for Hull City. So I Googled it because I do the research. He did. Dean Windass were wearing number 9 when he got the winning goal for Hull. Josh Windass has just got the winning goal for Wednesday, wearing number 11. 9-11. 9-11. Dean wearing 9, Josh wearing 11. They both get the winning goal in a playoff final that finished 1-0. It's not like they both scored in playoff finals. Or they both scored in playoff finals, the teams got promoted. Or they both scored in playoff finals in games that finished, 3-1 and 4-2. No, they were both 1-0. They got the only goal of the game, and both of them scored decent goals. Dean Windass's goal was unbelievable if you watch it. So against Sky Sports, they're showing Sinner at Aston Villa Foundation, Sheffield United Foundation, with all these celebrities. After the funeral, we would like to donate every shirt to Sports Relief. You really believe in sports relief and comic relief? All right. Sinner got killed by a 21-year-old man. That's all we know. Burnley FC. Look, they're all miserable. None of them are smiling. Of course, I get it. He died. But they look real, like they're holding it, like they look sick holding it. And these people didn't know. They didn't know Jordan. You had Jordan Henderson, Gerrard, Reece James. You had Gerrard holding it when he was Rangers head coach, and Windass played at Rangers. Again, how did Rangers get to the Europa League final? How? How did Rangers get to the Europa League final, guys? Look at the state of them in regards to the rest of the European teams. And they nearly won it. Rangers nearly won the Europa League, guys. It is disgusting. This is one of the most disgusting codes, guys. Because I'm aware of these people. I'm aware of the Windass family. I'm aware of the Sinnott family. So there's definitely a click with these footballers. There's absolutely a click with these footballers. There's Jordan Sinnott Foundation Trust. From what I heard, he went on a night out and he got in a fight and he got killed. And that does happen. It happens to people. It's talking about how Jordan was an inspiration to us all. Again, I didn't know him like my cousins knew him. Barely knew this guy. Seen him a few times. But there's something not right about this. There's something just not right about this. These people who always die, they're all, look, it's saying how amazing he was as a person and how incredible he was. A dazzling personality off the pitch. They throw these numbers out there, guys. That 25, they're just throwing it everywhere for everyone to see. It's sick. You know what? I'm starting to think they know. It's sick. I have days where I'm like, well, maybe they don't have a clue. Come on. There's got to be something going on. But how do they know all the durations and the numbers? How do they know that they're going to get to that playoff final and win it and that he's going to be fit to play it and score it? Like, that's where I get lost in it all. But the 15-5, the Father and the Son, I think that's mocking God and Jesus. The Father and the Son, because Dean Windass's celebration was Jesus on a cross. Did anyone watch the Wednesday game? What was his celebration? Josh. If he did the same one, guys, if Josh has done that, like his dad, then it's mocking the Father, Son. It's mocking the Holy Trinity. Wednesday, 96 points. The age of the Queen died, guys. Originally, 96 people died in the Hillsborough disaster. That's where Sheffield Wednesday play. Something don't add up, man. Something's not adding up with all of this. And in about 30 minutes, I'm going to present one of the finest decodes you will ever watch. It's about 30 minutes in length, and it took me over 2 hours to do last night after I did a 4-hour live stream. You're going to have to watch it. I'm going to premiere it. It's about why Man City won the league, about why Everton stayed up, and why Leicester City got relegated 7 years after they won the league. You are going to have your jaw drop. So again, thanks to the people on my site. I do appreciate you coding and putting out your fines and having this guy to score, but it's deeper than that. It's demons. This is the key now. Because again, I was writing about, is Satan behind rock and roll? And I was looking into the history of rock and roll and the musicians saying when they're on stage, it's not them performing. Something takes over their body. Some have openly said demons possess them. So the big thing with all of this now is, do they know? Demonic possession is a real thing. We live in a coded reality. It's a real thing. The devil is very, very real, as is God. Do these people like Josh Windass know? Or are they just being used? And why? Why choose? Like, for example, the Neville brothers. Why the Neville brothers? Why the Laudrup brothers? Why the Hazard brothers? Why the Lukaku brothers? Why Josh and Dean Windass? Miley Cyrus and her father. Why would he go for certain families? Does he just randomly pick them? Are these families giving themselves over to the devil, doing these rituals that we're unaware of? I don't know, but I'll tell you the numbers behind it all. Freddie Mercury said the devil gave him the jewelry he was wearing to the crowd. This is what I mean. Prince has talked about demons. Beyonce says she gets possessed when she's on stage. Ellie Goulding says she gets possessed. Kanye West said when he's writing, he gets possessed. I even say with me, when I'm coding, something takes over my body. Could be an angel, because I feel like what I'm doing is for the benefit of mankind. I say when I'm coding, it don't feel like it's me. And there's a load of them. There's a load of NBA players. They get interviewed at the end of the game. They can't remember playing. They can't even remember playing. How? And then people say, well, they were just so focused. They were so focused on the game. So many players it was like a blur. So how did you feel when you scored that amazing goal to gain promotion to the championship? It was like a blur. Can't even remember it. So what if someone's taking over the body and that's why they all do the same celebrations? But then we see these movies where the devil literally says, you've got to make sacrifices to get to the top. And then you see all of these people, like their best friend dies, or their brother dies, or their mother dies, and then boom, shortly down the line, huge success. Kanye West literally said, if I didn't sign that record deal, my mama would still be here. What's he saying? What's he implying there, guys? Thank you, Abid. But I don't believe that Kanye said, you can take out my mum as long as I get to the top. I think he signed some sort of contract and got involved in some sort of black magic. But I don't know if he's actively said that. I don't think you can be that soulless to do that just to get to the top. But maybe. But maybe. Just. Sometimes when they do things before it happens, it makes you wonder, like when commentary played that missed shot and put his hands in his head before he missed, he knew he wouldn't score it. There's some, this is what I'm saying, there's some of them where it looks like they're just terrible actors and it looks like they've rehearsed it. And then there's other time where you see genuine emotion. And then there's other times where you're like, there's absolutely no way they've planned to do that. Like they can't have planned to have done that. So it's like, what is it? It can be frustrating. I can just reveal the code with my eyes closed at this point. Yeah, the 2005 Champions League final was the biggest joke of a football game I've ever witnessed. AC Milan, Liverpool. AC Milan, best team in the world by far, 3-0 up, and then they lose. That is, for me, well, people might say it's a Sheffield Wednesday game, but for me personally, that game, because it's a Champions League final, Liverpool should never have been anywhere near it. Their squad was bang average, absolutely bang average, against AC Milan, who literally had Kaká, Seedorf, Shevchenko, Dida, Maldini, Nesta, all right, Inzaghi. They had this unbelievable team. And they're 3-0 up, and they get beat by Liverpool that had Smeetser, and Jimmy Traore, and Carragher, and Steve Finnan, and Milan Barros. Like, bang, bang, bang average. But they came back. They came back. So again, the question is, did the Liverpool squad and the AC Milan squad know before, during, at half-time, and after the game who were winning that? Did they know before the Champions League campaign began? Did none of them have any idea? It's like Maldini. His dad was a pro at Milan, then he's a pro at Milan, now his son's a pro at Milan. So are the Maldini family involved in some sort of black magic? Are they fallen angels? Are they just talented footballers? And it's all a coincidence, everything that I present to you all. Kanye said my mama was sacrificed, yep. Michael Jordan's father died, and then his next NBA championship he won on Father's Day. LeBron James, everyone's saying sacrificed Kobe. He overtook him in the scoring charts the day before Kobe died. He did it in Philadelphia where Kobe was born. And then LeBron and the Lakers win the NBA Finals on National Father-Daughter Day, the year Kobe and his daughter died, which is 81 days left in the year. Kobe's 666 game, he got 81 points. So who's doing this? Who's doing it? Marcus Alonso crashed his car and killed a woman, yep. It is hard to imagine nobody knows. All right, let me ask you this then. What's harder to process? The fact that maybe nobody knows and it's just spiritual wickedness in high places using mankind, or they all know? Tell me, do you think, just say A or B, this is option A. Nobody within this realm is aware of this code and how it plays out, and they're not sacrificing people, and it's all spiritual wickedness in high places. B, everyone who is famous is fully aware of the rituals, the occult symbolism, the Satanism, the sacrifice. So we know all about Aleister Crowley. He was open about it. He believed in all of that. He was open about it. You've got Anton LaVey, who wrote the Satanic Bible, the founder of the Church of Satan. Surely he is aware. He wrote about it. Or did he write it? Did he even write it? Did the devil write it? People say the devil writes all the songs for these musicians. It makes sense. Lucifer was so connected to music. That's why in the TV show Lucifer is unbelievable on the piano. God bless you too, Abid. Yet LeBron can remember every single player but can't remember a single lyric. Definitely possessed on the court. That is true, yeah, that's a very good point. You get a lot of these celebrities like do you know Lukaku can speak 7 languages? There's something about that as well that with Satanism. They get all these gifts to speak 7. Like Cesaro in wrestling speaks 7 languages. It's like he's got, obviously he's way bigger than me, but he's like one of the strongest guys in the roster, the most perfect wrestler. Just came from Switzerland. All right, these wrestlers never get injured really, despite what they do with their bodies. It's like they've got to be possessed. Like people like Jeff Hardy. Like right now, the Usos and Roman Reigns, they're all doing that. Who they're pointing to? It's got to be the devil, man. The devil may be able to take control of will at will. I think it could be that. I think the devil or the demons can pick and choose when they do it. That's why you can meet these celebrities or meet these people and they seem legit, and then they become something else on stage, on the football field. That's where I'm leaning. I can't imagine that Josh Windass and his dad have made these sacrifices just to play football. Especially when Dean now is, again, unless he's pushing mental health, because they all seem to be. All these celebrities are pushing mental health. They never used to. Now they all are. But again, if they're at the top of Hollywood or top of entertainment and they've got there through demons, then of course they're going to be dealing with demons every day with their mental health. Anyway, the code's undeniable. The code's quite frankly undeniable, guys. Cheers to the people who signed up to my website. Guys, if you're not there, give it a go. I'm pretty sure all of you in the chat are there. You guys support me, but it's worth giving it a go. Robert Johnson could not play the guitar and he sold his soul at the crossroads. Yeah, and then he became one of the greatest guitar players. I might actually put that in my book. I'm going to work on my book again today. After I've done my NBA code, it's just, again, the finds that I've found for this Game 7. Game 7 is going to be played on JFK's birthday, who was born in Boston. The game's in Boston. There's so many numbers, it's insanity. But the finds that I make every day are just quite frankly startling. And the people reading it, you've got to really start appreciating what I'm showing you, how coded it all is, not just the outcome. If we just focus on the outcome all the time, pre-game, and that's what it's all about, we ain't going to get anywhere with figuring out what on earth we're doing here. What is this coded reality and what's the purpose of it? Why are people getting to the top of politics, Hollywood? Is it they're born into it? I don't know. The stuff I say about men being women, women being men, is that legit? It makes sense. Like when I look at the anatomy of them and some of the comments they've said, but again, why are they born into it? How do you sit down and explain to your kid? How do you sit them down and go, this is how I got there, son, and now if you want to do what I did, then this is what you have to do? And how did they even become aware of it in the first place? Like, Jay-Z's married to Beyonce. Like, what a joke of a marriage, but are they in love? Is it a scam? If so, why? There's just so many whys to it all. Mind control is a strong possibility when they get to a certain level. That's why, again, why they don't remember half the stuff that they achieve or what they say. Mind control makes sense. That's legit. I write about that in my book as well. Operation Bluebird, MK Ultra. All right. We know people can get hypnotized. I've witnessed people get hypnotized. I've seen friends get hypnotized on stage. I've seen them. I remember one of my mates, he was like, not a chance. I'm going to go up there and there's not a chance he's going to hypnotize me. It's such a joke. He thought that all the people that went on stage were hired actors. So did I. I thought they just hire these people, these actors, they go up there and boom, they pretend to be hypnotized. My mate's gone up there trying to prove that theory correct. He got hypnotized. That's a real thing. People like Devin Brown, these magicians, magic's real, guys. I've seen Dynamo. I've been this close to Dynamo and watched him perform magic, and I've never been so blown away in my life. And he mentioned how he walked out to the woods and he basically sold his soul. And then he became a magician. So he's from Bradford. So it is very important that all of us are aware that we don't know. We can have theories, because practically everything in the world's a theory. We can have theories. We can make these predictions. All right? We can find these connections. We can reveal symbolism. We can reveal so much. But we still don't know how it's being done. I still don't know. I know we live in a coded reality. I 1,000% believe in God. I 1,000% believe in the devil. I believe the devil is reigning on earth and is being given permission by God. The more I read scripture, the more I write about it, the more I code. And if you pick up any, I've done a video about this. If you pick up any magic book, it's got demons on the front cover. There's demons on the front cover. We're not supposed to play with magic. Again, I'm not really supposed to be predicting the future because there's an element of black magic to that. That's why I'm trying to reveal it afterwards now for my spirit. The issue is if I just reveal everything afterwards, I'll lose a lot of my following, which is tragic. It just shows you most people are not there for the knowledge and the wisdom. They're there for the excitement, the thrill, the sin, and the money. And then there's me, like, I'm like, well, should I just completely stop? And then I lose the website, and then I'm back to the matrix. So it's tough. Satan makes it hard. Again, this is his realm. It is his realm, this. Lucifer got cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt to earth and became Satan, which means adversary of God, and adversary of man. So he makes it hard for us, and he's allowed to. He's literally allowed to. Can't wait to get my book done, guys. I had a prayer today. I was like, please, God, allow me to complete this book by the end of the week. 3 years in the making. So Alto believes none of them know, and there's a strong possibility, man. If they told me it's two choices, Adam, like it could be blurred lines. I've told you the top stars could be aware. There's certain levels, and maybe the higher you are within the system, the more you're aware and illuminated with the knowledge of how it all works. If somebody literally gave me two options, like I said, they all know, every celebrity knows, or all of them don't know, I would lean towards all of them don't know. Then they all know. Of course, there's blurred lines. Brady said he owes all his success to his wife because she would cast spells. So he said that Giselle's a witch. So it's like, is he joking around? Or is he literally telling you, yeah, I got to where I was because of magic? Did he know he was going to be 199th pick? Did he know he was going to get to 10 Super Bowls when that happened? Did he know he was going to retire with 333 days left in the year after making 333 million, after playing 333 regular season games, having winning his last Super Bowl on 2-7, 3x3x3? Did he know that at the beginning of his career? Did he know that he would win the Super Bowl with the Patriots right after 9/11 and the Patriots Act was signed? Did he know? Is he legit human like me? Is he a literal fallen angel from birth? Again, how they brought into the world if they're already here? Do these demons possess them as soon as they're born? I don't know. Hurts my head. Jim Morrison was under MK Ultra. His dad was a 4-star UV Navy admiral. Again, it also connects to Andrew Tate. His dad was in the CIA. So I bet he's under MK Ultra. Yin and yang, organic and force, good and evil, dark and light, both sides are happening simultaneously. The unseen war for our souls is a constant battle. That's perfect. I think that's where I stand on it, Lady Hawk. It's somewhere in the line, somewhere in the grey. Because, again, to think all these stars are aware of this code, to think Josh Windass is sat in the changing room going, lads, my day today, 15 years and 5 days after my dad was the hero, it's my turn now. Because we know that connects to Claydex and Operation Warp Speed and Kobe being inducted. Guys, I've met so many footballers, hung out with so many footballers. They ain't very bright. I don't think they're all acting like they're not. They ain't very bright. Would you? Would you be? When you've played footy your whole life and you're around lads and having banter and education takes a back seat, you ain't going to be the smartest. But then I'm like, someone like Darren Moore, he played at Bradford City because I'd megged him. I put it through his legs and I lobbed the goalkeeper. I always tell you that story. I megged Darren Moore, yes, Sheffield Wednesday's head coach, and I lobbed Mark Prudo in the same move. And he didn't let me go through his legs. It was the tightest gap. I went from inside to outside of my right foot through his legs and I dinked it over Bradford City's second choice goalkeeper. And he was furious. But then he's gone from being a pro and he came from lower league, then he's playing in Premier League, then now he's pulling off miracles as a coach. He's like, has Darren Moore sacrificed people? Or is it just his numbers? Is he aware? Why would he get annoyed that a young lad nutmegged him? Why would he even be at training and being nice enough to be at training to join in with us if he already knew his future? They can't all know the future. It just don't make any sense to me, man. If they're being used, then we all are, ultimately. It's a lot, man. What the heck? It's just a lot for me doing this every single day at this level, to be thinking this intensely every day, man. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So Alto thinks that they've perhaps given themselves to the devil, but they're not aware of the code. That's very possible. So like Wayne Rooney, when he came on the scene, really young, and he got that winning goal against Arsenal and obviously breaks all these records. Did Rooney know that he was going to become one of the greatest ever strikers in Premier League history? Did he already know? And if so, where's the fun? Where's the fun in knowing that everything's been given to you by the devil? Like Beckham, Nicky Butt, Phil Neville, Gary Neville, Scholes, they all come through the academy together and then go on to win the treble together. Did they know? And why that generation? Why not the one before or the one after? Then why did they all invest in Salford City? And why did they not get promoted? Why can't they get out of League Two with all that funding? If it was like, okay, Neville Brothers, Black Magic, Beckham, Black Magic, why are Salford still in League Two? Why not get them out of it if it was all about just getting to the top? Why is Ryan Reynolds with Wrexham? Does he know why he's there? Did he organically go to Wales and fall in love with Wales? So he thought, I'll invest. The guy who stars in Deadpool, top of Hollywood. How do you get to the top of Hollywood, guys? Connects to Magic Wand. It's in my book. I'm not going to go through the code, but Hollywood means basically black magic. That's what Hollywood is. Is blackmail involved? Possibly. They say the people in the highest profile positions are there because they're blackmailed. They've got the most horrific past history. So they'll say, hey, if you don't do this or you don't say that, then all this is going to get revealed to the world. It's like they have them in handcuffs. But who? Who are the people above who are the people above the presidents? There's people above them. Can't believe one person is making all these decisions for a nation. There's people above presidents that nobody knows of. There has to be. There's people above owners of clubs and managers and star players. People we've never heard of. We probably will never know. Yeah, I'm coming to that conclusion. We're never going to truly know. We don't know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. God. Only God knows everything. That's the thing. That's why he should be worshipped. He's the only entity that knows everything. About everything. About all of us, the past, present, future, is the Alpha and Omega. Then, now, forever. And then at least we're asking questions, guys. At least we're asking questions. So how did this happen with Josh Windass? Why that family? What if there's literally family members who are not famous who are making these sacrifices for their kids? So, for example, say you've got Yaya Toure and Kolo Toure. What if it was their dad or their mum that did all this black magic and sacrifice, and those two kids are unaware of it? And it's the parents. What if Michael Jordan literally gave his life up? Michael Jordan's dad took his own life for his son. I don't know. As soon as I said that, I lost a like. It's probably the algorithm not liking what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm beginning to believe it's a waste of time to obsess over how it's done. I'm just going to accept it is what it is because it makes me mad. I wouldn't have that logic. I think it's essential to ask questions. I've revealed so much in 3 years. It's insane. But I'm fully aware that I can't say this is it. It's like the people who code and say this is a lock. This is a lock. I can tell you, Kobe Bryant died the day that the Grammys were being held in the Staples Center, where Kobe spent 20 years with the Lakers. I can tell you Beyonce got a 24th Grammy, which was a record. Kobe's jersey number. I can tell you Little Nas X in his video goes down a pole into hell and gives Satan a lap dance. Why would they do all of this? Why would this all be done if there's nothing supernatural involved? Who's sitting thinking, right, let's make sure Kobe dies on this day and that the Grammys is going to be in the Staples Center. Let's make sure LeBron overtakes him in the scoring charts the day before in Philadelphia, which is the home of Kobe and the Sixth Church of Revelation. Let's make sure LeBron becomes the all-time leading point scorer in the NBA exactly 24 months after Brady wins his last Super Bowl. Man ain't doing it, is he? Right. What I'm going to do, are they doing rituals? Again, if you look into it, yeah. Magic's real. Witches are real. Spells are real. All that stuff's legit. We just don't know about it because we've been indoctrinated our whole lives. The majority of us, including myself and all of you in the chat, have been living at your lowest frequency and most limited frequency nearly your whole life, including me. We've gone to school to be told how to think, what to think. We've all been pretty much happy enough to just work for somebody else, to make just enough money to pay our bills and not ask any questions. Now, if you've been born into the occult and you have sacred knowledge of gematria, of numerology, of astrology, of biblical scripture, all right, of magic, of the universe, of how it's all being operated pretty much, you're going to stand a far greater chance of succeeding than us, who came through the education system really not asking any questions. So are they part of a club, these people? There's a strong possibility they are. Like how's Kyle Walker, John Stones, and Phil Foden all have the same May 28th birthday? And they all play for Man City in England. Again, I don't. What's the odds of that? What are the odds over that? There's those three that play for England, Grealish, and they've obviously got Phillips. Right, I'm going to go because I'm going to put on my... I put my faith in God. That's key. I might not know everything within this realm. None of us will, but I've given myself to God, guys. So that's something I know I have free will to decide. Screw the devil. He's going to take a lot of people down with him. I think this is our last chance in history, basically, to study scripture and give ourselves to God. I think we're at that point. So anyways, much love, Troy. Wow, you're talking about Bristol. Dean Windass scored the winning goal against Bristol City in 2008 in the playoff final. Now his son's just done it. against Barnsley. Barnsley, by the way. Oh, my word. Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley offered me contracts. I've told you this before when I was younger. I chose Bradford City. Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley offered me contracts. I was going to go to Barnsley. They had one of the best academies in England, but they wanted me to move there. And I wouldn't. I didn't want to leave my friends, so I played for Bradford City because they trained about 25 minutes away from my house. Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley offered me contracts when I was younger. They all came in for me from one tournament. I was at one tournament. I just banged a ridiculous amount of goals. All the scouts were there, and they all offered me deals. And I remember my dad saying, just stay at Bradford. It's far more convenient, and they win the Premier League at the time. So it's just hit me now. Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley, playoff final. Windass played for Bradford, where I went out with Josh. All right, my cousins are best friends with him. And Sinnott, who's dead, who died the day LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts. Kobe died at 41, Dean Windass born on 4-1, which should be the first day of the calendar. Watch my video about that. Right. Also, Klopp, Salah and Henderson having their birthdays on consecutive days. Yeah, I know Salah's birthday's a day before Klopp's. And Salah's birthday is a day after Donald Trump's, who witnessed 9/11. Mohamed Salah was born 15/6, 9/11, the 156 prime. Klopp born 6/16, the alternate number of the beast, and is the head coach of the Reds. And I was thinking, why did they finish 5th? I figured it out. Because it's all been about 57 this year, the year of Super Bowl 57. And Klopp finished 5th in his 7th season. So there's your 57. I was like, what is it? It's that. I know it's that. And you're going to see in my next video. So hit that like button before I go, guys. Give me a woo if you're excited for my next video. It's 30 minutes. It took me over 2 hours. And you're going to see why Leicester won league in 2016 and why they went down yesterday. It's going to make your jaw drop. It's the best code to show you that the Premier League's a coded, scripted, satanic ritual. You won't find a better code that I've ever done for the Premier League. So, yeah, Salah does the hangman celebration. Yeah, watch Heath Ledger do it in the Joker and then die shortly after. Got to understand tarot cards, even though it is, again, black magic. Hey, Dirk, much love. Michael's in the house with a cheeky woo. Johnny G, Linda. All right, let me set it up. I'll try and set it up for you now. Give me a second. I don't know if I can do this. Because, again, guys, our Leicester City winning Premier League and then getting relegated 7 years later. Now, I'm going to end this stream on JFK's birthday. 106th birthday, by the way. Super Bowl 57 was 106 days ago. Champions League final on 10/6. On Prince Philip's 102nd birthday. 9/11 lasted 102 minutes. Makes you think, doesn't it? Whatever happens in that Celtics Heat game, I am going to absolutely expose the NBA again and why it went to Game 7. I'll expose it like at a different level. So we'll see what happens. I'll give me 5 minutes and I'll share my video that I worked on yesterday. All right, guys. Much love. Hey, Gregory. Yeah, again, just hit the like. 23 likes is kind of cringeworthy, isn't it? If it's 49, give me 49, baby. Yeah. God bless you, VL Jones Sr. Yeah, Trump announced that he was running for presidency day after his birthday. 15/6, 9/11, 156 prime. All right. 27's better than 23, I guess, isn't it? I'll see you over there. Let me set all of this up. I'm going to find an image now. Leicester relegated. Let me find an image. See if there's any fake tears. All right, let's get Vardy. They don't even look bothered. If I'm honest with you, these Leicester players looking at me, they don't look bothered. They're just playing their role by the look of it. Their squad, guys, they've got, right now, they've got what? Tillemans, Maddison, Vardy, all right, Pereira, Harvey Barnes. Their team is so much better than it was the season that they won the league. And if anyone wants to argue that point, then you're delusional. Truly delusional. Their captain was Wes Morgan. Captain Morgan, like the rum, which connects to pirates. You telling me Wes Morgan's better than Johnny Evans? No. Tillemans literally was linked with the best teams in the world. All right, I'm gonna go. Let's set this up. I'll see you in the next video, baby. Cheers.